So, oh, there's one thing missing.
Switch to the actual words.
So Ruth, what happened to the graduation request form?
Is that something that you want printed?
Yes, that would be.
Okay. I didn't know you wanted any more.
I'm doing it.
So I'll get that.
What's your topic?
iPhone has joined the meeting.
I was going to, oh, here it is. I opted. Right here. Selling these.
So is Truth still here? Hi, Truth.
Graduate request form. How many of those do you want?
Pardon?
How many graduate request forms do you want?
We have 5 in here, so we'll take 5. And then,
I have one. Oh no, it's not
are these available to Truth online
Working
also?
I'm gonna take a picture.
Okay, so
This is
graduation. I'll start with the one of the primary purposes for you being here physically today is to try on a graduation gown for yourself, and if you want to take it home, you can say you can. You're responsible if you mess it up, or you can store it here with your name on it. So it's today. We want you to get fitted now, so if you're too tall, if you buy another one, we'll know about it soon as you stay up. Too short. So it has been the practice of our graduation ceremony to be an occasion where you, the graduates, are given the opportunity to thank the Lord in a public testimony, and it's really being reflective. So thankfulness is the key to our life as human beings, and everything give thanks. But just being thoughtful, looking back over your 2 weeks as a student, your 12 years as a student. And so there's some guidelines here with respect to the graduation ceremony itself. I'll go over that in a moment. But the first page is the letter that says, every student must complete a graduation request form enclosed. And of course, I didn't enclose it to you yet, but you do have it at home in terms of it having been sent to you, and it's available on the website. But most important part of graduation is touching base and making sure you actually have enough credits to graduate. Most of you probably have already taken care of that, which is good. But at this time in the year, we just need this official acknowledgement from you. Yes, I'm graduating, these are the credits I'm anticipating that I'm needing, and we're all on the same page. So that's important from that part. So this is the mandatory class information meeting. Oh, you're so kind, thank you.
I guess you need 6 of these, didn't you? I have mine filled out.
Oh, she already has hers filled out, that's great.
No, this is the way.
All right, okay, thank you. So the Kent, research paper.
It will be finished. I'm finishing it.
It's going to be at the expo, and you're going to say, yes, I'm going to do that. Have it at the expo.
Okay. All right.
If you've already submitted your research paper from a prior year, then you don't have to do it. But if you haven't finished your research paper, better get on the ball here and get it done. Okay, so most of you are in my class, and Kent is ahead of the curve and behind the curve.
Same time.
So you will have it done. So this is just we'll check this off to be sure we're all on the same page when that's done. pages of requirements of code and conduct, etc. So basically, the big picture is we're going to have graduation rehearsal on Friday at 11 a.m. here. The purpose of the rehearsal is to go over the process and to give you a chance to do a dry run of your speech, your little speech. So, so far, I believe we've had everybody do a speech. Last year we had an exception to the rule and somebody did a speech by video, even though they were physically sitting there present, watching himself. That was a bit hard to, I hate to watch myself on video. It's like, who is that guy? But again, the purpose is to simply recognize that with our voice, we give God thanks. We're thoughtful, we're intentional. And so there's a few pointers for that specific testimony there at the bottom here. Start with the scripture verse. Something that means something to you, that's guided you in the process. Then remember that you're here to be saying thank you. And you might not think you're thankful. And of course, if you're not, you're probably in serious trouble, spiritually. But reality is, you're here not because you got yourself here. You're here by the grace of God. The question is, can you see? Are you paying attention? So, any special lessons that you've learned and reflecting on your future plans that you might have. So, it's also something that's special, and that is, if you want to do a special presentation of some kind, you're welcome to. Most of the time it's some kind of music or what have you, where you can write a poem or you can do a dramatic interpretation of something that you really loved in school. But what happens is you need to notify us what you want to do and how you want to do it, and so we can make it arranged. The last several years we haven't had so many presentations, but it's really special when we get students participating. Concerning your transcripts, transcripts are available for you to send to institutions of your interest. And the reality is you go online, make a request. As a regular student, you get 3 transcript requests at no charge. And then after 3, then there's a $25 charge for transcripts. If you need them expedited, there's a little different charge for that, depending on the extra time and where it's going. Testing. We have SAT testing in school available come April 23rd. Should you do SAT testing? The question is simply, do you have secondary education, post-secondary education plans in any respect? Many post-secondary institutions require it. There's also CLT testing requirements for some schools. So what's important is 2 parts. One is you can practice taking the SAT, so there's the PSAT, and you've already taken that, or you've already had the opportunity to take that. And then you can take the SAT as many times. What is always true about the SAT is they retain your highest score as far as the record goes from what gets sent to colleges or universities or whatever.
Is the ACT similar to that?
So the ACT is similar. Different schools require it. Like, for example, when I went to Towson State, they required SAT. Then when I went to Washington Bible College, they required ACT. So I had to take that, even though I'd already been in college 3 years. And then there's something called CLT, which is a little more modern version with a little more conservative edge of conservative and classical education as a background. So that's the CLT test. So information about the SAT test is in here as far as that particular thing goes. Now, you don't have to take the SAT here, it's just an opportunity. You can do in-testing here, and if you're going to be at a different campus, we have the ability to arrange for an alternative campus, but you need to communicate ahead of time so we get organized.
question about the SAT. Is it a mandatory thing that has to happen before graduation?
SAT is something that is required by colleges, universities, and so as a rule of thumb, they're running, if you make an application, they're looking for an SAT. So we gave the original SAT in September, but you can take it in April, you can take it during the summer. There's different places that you can take it from. It doesn't have to be from our school, but if you're in our school, you're allowed to take it with us, from us, on the date that we've set aside, which is April 23rd.
No, I took the ACT in Cambodia.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you take it for the school that you were already working with?
Yeah.
Because you're on an online dual enrollment school, right?
Well, no, like in the fall, next
Right.
fall, yeah.
So that's good. And again, SAT is the most popular, ACT second probably, but CLT's growing in that area of popularity.
Do you have,
So here's-
do you
yes.
have the PSAT also scheduled in the spring?
So we have the ability to do the PSAT in April also. What's different about this one, the PSAT for 10th graders was in October, but we have an 8 and 9 available. That's going to also be available in April. If you're interested, 8th graders are required to take some testing, either it's Iowa or the PSAT 8. And we just get a good look for what you're ready for in terms of high school and going beyond. So from the big picture, we have a little problem trying to converge the student council alongside the senior class. The student council used to be the junior class, and we have junior class kind of supporting the senior class. But here's the big picture responsibility. You're responsible for planning your own reception. And the reception covers things primarily from the standpoint of memorabilia. You want to make this a special, memorable day, and so you imagine things that you want to do. Do you want to have a little things set up for each graduate where they can put a little, some childhood pictures and some mementos, whatever. Those are the kind of things that you're thoughtful about. After the graduation is over, there's actually a reception. You're responsible for planning for that in terms of, do you want to just have carrots? Or do you want to have bunny rabbits and carrots? Just think of it from the standpoint of what would be appropriate and what would be desirable. You always usually have some kind of a cake. Do you have somebody in the class that makes cakes and allows you to eat it too? Do a cake decorating thing, you can buy it out or what have you. So what often happens is, and this is where the fundraising thing kind of gets a little bit confusing. So what I was trying to say a couple months ago concerning fundraising, the fundraising that you're doing isn't just for fundraising. It's not just to have fun and get a cheap discount on something. Part of it's for helping to facilitate what is going to take place at graduation. So I have a question that I don't have any idea how we can answer that, except it probably should be something I put on you, the president of the student council. But there needs to be some kind of a general discussion among the seniors. What would you like to have in terms of your reception, and how would you like to manage that? The student council is going to be responsible for putting it on. Okay, so if you're going to do certain kinds of decorations, we need to talk to Ruth. But we have senior class decorations already available that can be used, reused. The question is, who's responsible for setting it up? And usually you guys make the decisions. Here's the bottom line. Whatever you raise fund-wise, there's a small portion of one from your graduation fee that covers some of the basic graduation costs, but it doesn't cover your refreshments, doesn't cover decorations. Those are all things that you want to have and thoughtful of. So I've noticed in the past years, as time's gone on, most of the refreshments, etc., tend to be, homemade stuff that you brought from home yourself or what have you, or the junior class, student council. I can never get junior class out of my mouth. Always saying that. The student council will often agree, okay, we'll bake these. You can say, we would like to have some cookies and some cupcakes or whatever, and then get the agreement, and you may spend money that the student council has to spend money. But whatever you don't have money, then you have to come up with the money in additional to that. So that's part of your planning. I have not been directly involved in graduation for years. I tend to be someone who micromanages everybody around me. So when Mr. Brad was running it about the second or third year, he said, Mr. Cox, I thought you wanted me to run the graduation. Would you leave, please? So I've kindly stepped back, and this is my first year stepping back in, so if I look a little bit like a deer in the headlights, because I am a deer, and there are headlights.
You're dear to us, at least. That's very good.
So with that in mind, just remember, it's about you expressing true gratefulness to the Lord. Sincerely. It's tough because you got to get up and stand in front of people and say something, and that's nerve-wracking. And it's easy to imagine, what are they thinking of me? Do I look like a fool? And yada yada. But the bottom line is, it's relax. It's your time of recognition. You've made a milestone in your life, and you're moving on to the next step. And it's appropriate to often say thank you to the Lord and those who've gotten you where you are. So let me look at the paperwork real quickly. Does anybody have any questions about the graduation? Again, this form, theoretically this form is due today. So if you don't have it filled out for today, then get it done ASAP before you go back to Cambodia.
I have it. It's done.
Yours is already turned in? Okay. Any questions? Probably the most important part is making sure that you know what you need to graduate, and we're all on the same page. And I'm pretty sure I know where all of you are, just based upon your registrations for this year. I think I want to talk to you afterwards, though, because you're the one I'm confused about. Like, who are you? I mean, where are you? Okay, any questions? So, Ruth?
Yes?
Can you get the students access to the graduation gown so they can pick their gown, and again, you may pick it and mark it and leave it?
Yes, I can do this.
And take it later? Probably don't want to take it to Cambodia, but you can take it to your house.
Yeah.
And then, any questions, yes, sir?
Are we making any decisions about graduation today, or is that something that's going to happen later down?
Okay, so here's the answer. Yeah, if you guys want to spend a few minutes talking about those kind of decisions today, that's great. The bottom line for me is, I'm in the headlights. I really don't know how we're doing it because I'm so used to the way it was done in the past. The student council taking over a large amount of that role interaction. But I will say this, be thoughtful. What do you want? What would you like to be thoughtful and communicate to each other? Tell me when I'm dropping All right?
Is the person checked with
Okay, thank you.
Can I keep these papers?
Yes, sir, you may keep these papers.
Oh.
If you don't want them, you don't have to keep them. All right. So, fit yourself with the gown, and you'll be dismissed.
Do you guys wanna talk about like all of the planning stuff on the group chat, or how do you wanna do this?
Through the email, if you want to be on the group chat.
Okay. Cause it is through like Google Hangouts, like the,
Yeah.
okay, got you.
Ken, are you on
So is this one over? Can you go?
I can send you a link. You can go to.
Somebody take the front end of this.
Hey guys,
Sorry.
maybe swing it this way, Judy. So wait, is that the end of that gun?
Yeah.
I believe we
Yeah.
have different sizes, but I'm not sure how they're organized. Mr. Allen normally does this part.
Probably couldn't figure it out.
Oh, it's back on the
Hey. Hey, am I able to still get a gallon sent to me?
Yeah, send us your size and we can print one out for you and send it to you, yeah.
Sounds good. I think the white. Alright,
4, 9 to 4,
sounds
11.
good. Okay, see ya.
They've got 6th graders graduating. What is going on? That's ridiculous. That is absolute nonsense.
Don't pick this.
Wait, here's 5'11". Want that? 5 foot, 5